Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to not only draw a perfect circle, but then turn that circle into a sphere. So what you're going to do is give yourself a center point, and I'm going to do this pretty lightly in pencil, so you might not be able to see really easily. But then I'm going to measure whatever distance I want away from the center point. I'm going to measure out quite a few times, and as long as I'm measuring the same distance every single time, I should be able to get pretty close to a perfect circle. Okay, so that should work out pretty well. I'm going to erase my pencil a little bit because I'm doing this in charcoal, and charcoal and pencil don't mix well. So what I'm going to start out with is my 2B pencil. The 2B, it's written right here, 2B, it says medium. The 2B is going to give me my lighter values, and my 6B is going to give me my darker values because it's a softer lead, or a softer charcoal, I guess. So that should give you pretty close to a good circle. It might not be exactly perfect, but if it's not, just remeasure. Alright, good enough. Now when I go to put in my values, I'm going to pretend that I've got a light source somewhere around here, like this. Here, we'll make that my lamp. Right? So here's my lamp, my light source. So that means my darkest area is going to be around here. Now notice as I'm starting to put the dark area in, first of all, I'm making sure that those lines stay really round because I want the light area to remain a circle. Now I'm going to come in, and I like to use the side of my pencil for this, my charcoal. See how the lines aren't quite such lines here? They sort of put down values a little bit more. And I'm going to keep adding up and up like this so that I get a nice white circular shape. And I do want it to come all the way to the edge like that. So that's going to be where my middle values go. Then I'm going to come in with my 6B. It says extra soft. That's going to be my darker values. And I want to darken in my darkest spot a little bit more. That's going to be right here, near the edge of the circle, but not quite all the way to the end. I'm just going to sort of blend it up a little and let it come down a little. Now, we know from working with charcoal that if I put charcoal down on paper like this and try to blend it, it kind of leaves lines like this. So that's why we use the willow with it. If I put willow with my charcoal, the lines go away a little bit more. So I'm going to put some willow down over top of my charcoal, like this. Notice I'm keeping that white area really close to a circle. And I left this completely white all the way at the edge of the circle there. So I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to blend my darkest area. And I'm either going to blend in large circles like this to get those lines together, or I'm going to blend in little circles like this. And that's going to keep me from having lines from blending in straight lines or anything like that. So what I want here is a smooth transition from my darkest dark, way down here near the bottom, to my lightest light, which is going to be where my light source reflects on my circle. Like that. See how that makes a really smooth transition? There's no line between the light area and the dark area. They all just sort of blend together. And I can, if I need to, come in here and pull my lightest light out.
Please remember that you have a faculty meeting this afternoon in the Harvard room starting at 3:45. You should be in the Harvard room at 3:45. Thank you.
All right, well then I'll hurry this up. So I'm going to blend my darkest area down into my lighter area, and it's going to create sort of a dark shadow down here but it's not going to be completely black. And that's exactly what I want. Now before I do my last step, I'm going to come in and I'm going to clean up any of these marks around the outside of my circle so it looks nice and clean. Then, for my piece de resistance, the very bottom, with a black 6B, I'm going to create my darkest shadow. And where this looked like a dark value before, it now looks quite a bit lighter. I'm going to take this and I'm going to do straight lines this way and that way. And I'm going to pull them a little bit further off to this side because the light is reflecting that way. Then again with my willow, I'm going to blend that just a little bit. Blend it out on the side. If I want to, I can just sort of create a straight line in the back. Just sort of make it look like it's sitting on a white surface. Now if it gets a little bit too dark up at the light source, this is our gummy eraser or kneadable eraser, and if you sort of stretch it out, some of the area will become cleaner again. So when I've got a nice clean area like this, nice smooth area, I can pull out any highlights that I need. And you don't want to dab too hard so that you're annoying your neighbor or anything, but just sort of pull it up, blend it with a clean finger in the whitest area, just like that.